You are recording.
Thank you. All right, Tracy, are you there?
I am. Sorry, I didn't realize my video wasn't on. Got it.
There you go.
All right, so our situation is that our recommendation was to have 4/4 vinyl siding rather than 8-inch as per the application. And so we flagged that, and that's why you're back here.
Yes.
Now, Joe, did you know about the 4/4?
I remember the conversation from the previous meeting, Jerry.
Right, I know. It was in the recommendations.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, Joe.
I was not aware of that, okay? Homeowner basically had asked us for the 8-inch panel, okay? And we had submitted all the paperwork. And on the paperwork, I believe it was one of the paperworks, you can barely see it, that we had recommended the 8-inch panel because of the historical area. We removed 8-inch asbestos. So I thought that was the best to suit it. If you look around the neighborhood, they have a 4/4 siding, which is a more modern panel. It's still a clapboard look, but now we turned around and started the project last week, and we were stopped because we have half the building done or half the home done with the 8-inch panel.
Right. So, Paula, did we send Tracy the certificate of appropriateness?
We send them out the day after we get them from you, usually, or that day.
Okay. Do you have any way of, do you have a backup showing that you sent that out?
No, because we don't do registered or anything because it wasn't anything that anybody was opposing. According to the ordinance, only if they're opposing, it has to be a registered mail.
Okay.
So was it sent to
Tracy, do you want to?
me electronically then, through an email?
No, let's see, I don't remember. This was a while ago. Pretty sure we would have sent a paper copy. I'll check with Patty tomorrow if she sent anything via email as well.
Yeah, obviously we have to establish a paper trail if one exists, but I clearly remember the conversation on the call where the debate was between the 8-inch and the 4-inch, and the agreement and the approval was subject to the 4-inch. Now, I don't know what we do from here, but that was clearly part of the conversation, and I guess we should figure out whether it was shared.
Tracy remembers that, right, Tracy?
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not
But the
denying.
information didn't necessarily
Okay,
get passed on
I
to.
didn't know if we were trying to establish what the original decision was.
Yeah, so.
Is there
Enjoy-
any
Go ahead.
way at this point in time, because of the 8-inch is half the building is done with the 8-inch, that we can continue, or we have to remove it and install the 4-inch?
Well, I mean, that's part of our discussion now.
Okay. You know, if we turn around, look at the building prior before we even touched it, okay? If you look like on Google Earth, okay, it had 8-inch asbestos panels. So I would have thought, I've done this before with other historical committees in Cranberry here, where we turn around, remove the asbestos, and then we turn around and put up our insulation, and we installed an 8-inch clapboard vinyl siding, because it's kind of sort of the best match versus the 4/4. The 4/4 is going to make it look really busy.
I don't think anybody's really looking for a match to the asbestos siding. So.
I'm talking about just in size. That's
I know what you're saying. I'm just saying.
The 4/4 is a busy panel.
And you have actually 6-inch on there wood siding, right?
You have 6-inch wood siding, yes. That's the whole, that's the board behind it, the nailer.
So actually the nailer was the actual siding.
It's a substrate.
Beautiful
That's
siding.
Right.
If I had known, I would have said, hey, just paint the place. It's gorgeous. So.
Right. Back in the day, I have to agree.
So the reason we went with the 4/4 is because typically that's what we see. Because we didn't know what was underneath there.
Got you.
now we know that there's 6-inch wood siding underneath there. Joy, you weren't in on the conversation before, so,
Right.
but so in a way, it's a different situation from what we thought when we made our decision.
Gotcha. Understood?
So I think our options are to proceed with the 8-inch or go back to the 4. If we went to the 4, I would say don't do 4, I would do 6/6 or 5.5/5.5.
Correct. 5.5 over 5.5. But you
Yeah,
can't, we're having a problem right now with manufacturing, okay, and labor because of COVID. Siding, right now, the siding is out almost 4 to 6 weeks.
so,
And we have, removed the siding from the homeowner's home.
right. Has everybody
I-
seen it?
Excuse me?
Joe and Joy?
I'm sorry, I have not been in town, so I haven't been by the property lately.
No, I haven't seen it. I
Okay,
know the property, but I haven't seen it recently.
okay.
Obviously, the picture in the submission was a before picture, and then the siding that was depicted in the pictures is of another property with that siding on it, right? If my memory serves me correctly. Is that
Yeah,
true?
you really couldn't tell, so. So the 3 options are stick with the 8, push for the 4/4, which is what the certificate of appropriate was, or go with like 6/6, which is historically more accurate.
I don't believe you're going to get a 6/6. I don't, I've been doing this for 40 years. I don't believe there's a panel out there 6/6. I think we can get a 5/5 maybe, which is going to be a 10-inch panel. I just have to see whether or not it's something that can be acquired.
No. 5, double
5.5.
4.5, double 5, I guess double 6.5, and 8 and a triple 3 is what the manufacturer had.
Which manufacturer are we talking about?
Certainty.
Okay. I never used the other panel. That's the only reason I say that. Okay.
Anyway, so the other thing is that we said typically we wouldn't go with the vinyl at all.
Okay.
But we felt that the only remaining really historical features, this is for Joy's sake, was the building gutters, which they are maintaining.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're up on that, right, Joe?
Yes, I am. The built-in gutters are fine. And
Okay.
also you have built-in gutters on the top main roof and you have pole gutters on the lower section.
Oh,
And
do
we're
you?
gonna leave
Oh,
them.
okay.
Yeah, they're perfect. I always recommend leaving them. Some homeowners say remove them, and I'm saying they're the best gutters that are ever built. They hold up, they don't tilt, they drain the water properly, so that's
Mhm.
fine.
Yeah.
You have one leak, I think, under the porch area where you have some rotted wood, okay? And I believe that we were going to do soffit, but in your last meeting, you had said you wanted to leave it the same way. So there has to be some wood replacement done there.
That's fine.
That's what we're gonna do.
Okay, yeah. So Joy, Joe,
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to express an opinion, and Jared, you obviously have more experience with this stuff than I do, and I'd love to hear your opinion on this as well. Obviously, the original structure had the 8-inch asbestos, and again, I agree with you. We're not trying to copy that, but it did. The structure prior to the improvements did not stand out as being, in my opinion, unsuitable for the area. And if we end up improving the property by replacing it with the 8-inch and the homeowner satisfied with that, I mean, I don't know that I would recommend going to an extreme case of removing the existing siding and replacing it. I wouldn't recommend that unless there's a precedent in the town history of managing these issues where that's not permitted. I mean, I think it was an honest misunderstanding, and obviously we would prefer something different, but
and
I
what
don't know,
I'm
that's my
saying
opinion.
is my preference would have been a 6, but that's not even what we recommended.
Yeah, I know we recommended the 4, and that's going to be hard to pull off.
And right now, I wouldn't recommend the 4 again anyway, because of what I know now.
Okay,
And in fact,
And-
in future siding applications, I'd like to have them remove the old siding so that we actually know what's underneath there.
yeah, that's a good suggestion.
It's an
So,
excellent suggestion.
huh? Yeah, that's
Excellent.
for the future.
Yeah,
Yes.
So Joy, how do you feel?
I'm, at this point, I don't see the need to redo this.
Okay.
You know, I don't think it's worth it to, we're putting on, it's not historically accurate. We're not using it, you know, a historic product. We've already determined the property doesn't have that much value in terms of its originality.
Right.
So it was a mistake, and let's let it proceed.
I agree with Joy.
Okay. Do I have a recommendation?
That's my recommendation.
I'll second the recommendation. I agree with Joy's
All
recommendation.
those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. So, okay. So you're all set.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
No problem, Mr. G. Thank
Okay.
you.
Paula, how do you want me to handle this as far as council?
I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Do I need to send another certificate in or?
If you could type something up and send it in, and I'll talk to them tomorrow as well.
Okay,
Okay?
very good.
Okay.
right.
Anything
right.
else for HARB? Joy, Joe?
No,
No.
that was it for
That's
me.
it.
Everybody have a
Okay.
nice weekend.
Thanks a
Hey,
lot.
thank you. Have a nice
All right.
holiday.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.